Hello and welcome to One Cool Thing, PC Mag's daily show where we show you one cool thing which we are testing out here in PC Mag Labs. I'm Sasha Sieg and this is AJ Kumar, and today we have 20 cool things. We have so many cool things for you. Now first, if you are watching us live on Facebook, please ask questions, make comments. We are both phone guys, so ask us about phones. We love to talk about phones. Also things that are like phones, or things that connect to phones, or things that are phony. We can talk about phony things. If you are watching us later on YouTube, please like and subscribe. We do have a new One Cool Thing every weekday, but today we have so many cool things. Should we show them the cool things?
Oh yes, we have many cool things in this suitcase.
So. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Big reveal.
Oh no.
Wait, did you lock the suitcase?
Oh no. Okay.
There you go.
Less dramatic than we hoped for.
Yeah.
But this is our cool thing.
Okay, what we have in here is so many batteries.
Enough power to power this building.
Yes. Look at all these batteries. That is because AJ has been spending the past how long reviewing batteries?
It was the better part of the past month reviewing around 20 batteries.
Okay.
And each of these batteries is, I think I did a combined 300 hours of battery testing.
That is a lot of battery testing. And so, okay, so how should we categorize these batteries? What did what are the broad categories that these batteries fall into?
Okay, so basically when it comes to battery sizes, that's going to be the primary consideration for a lot of people, because so we have a couple small capacity batteries, and so that would be this.
Let's not discuss this battery further.
Let's not talk too much about that one.
What about the one that looks like an iPod?
Oh yeah, here it is. This is the iPod battery. It is yeah, so there's this battery, there is the Anchor, which is portable.
I had this one for a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then there is this one, and I believe our editor's choice is down here.
And what do all these have in common?
All right, so basically all of these batteries are essentially pocket-sized. You can fit most or all of these in your pocket, or they're pretty light, they're small, they won't take up too much space, and they pack a lot of power, especially these two.
And now that's up to how much power?
So this is up to 10,000 milliamps on the high end, and a lot of them start around 3,000
and
for the smaller ones.
Now, 3,000 milliamps is about the size of a leading smartphone battery.
Right.
Okay, most smartphones right now are between 2,500 and 3,000. And so if you're looking at a 10,000 milliamp hour battery, you're talking about 3 full charges for a smartphone.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
So I tested all of these with sized batteries with the Galaxy Note 8, which has around, I believe, 3,200 milliamps, if I'm remembering correctly. So it's about good for 3 to 4 charges if you're really pushing it.
Now, there are a couple of differences, a couple of questions I want to ask, and involving features, because believe it or not, batteries have features other than not exploding. All of these are non-explosive batteries, as far as we know. Like, don't like hit them with an axe or anything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but so I'm curious about ports, and I'm curious about quick charging the battery, and then quick charging your device from the battery.
Yes. So so basically, starting at the top, most of these come with USB-C ports, which is new. Last year when we did this, a lot of them had micro USB. You can see that still on the Anchor, which was our EC last year. So to charge the battery, you have USB-C, and one of the nice things about USB-C is that it can do input and output. So you can, so instead of just having one USB-A port, you can now charge from both ports at the same time.
So you can charge 2 devices.
You can charge 2 devices from this battery, and it has USB-C, and USB-C is built for a certain voltage. It's 5 volts and 3 amps. So essentially, you get kind of fast charging out of the box. But speaking of fast charging, each of these batteries have a different fast charging standard. And to talk about fast charging, you need to understand that there's the most common right now is Qualcomm Quick Charge. But there are 4 different levels of Qualcomm. The most common you're going to encounter is 2.0, 3.0, and I don't know if 4.0 is out on anything yet. I don't think it is, except on a certain phones in China. So 2.0 and 3.0 both work the same way. To fast charge, you vary the voltage. The amperage usually stays the same. So you can vary the voltage at certain intervals. So it's like 9 volts, it's like 12 volts, and for 3.0, it can go up to 20 volts.
Now, do you need to get a special charger to be able to?
Yes.
And now, when you say that these support quick charge 2.0 or 3.0, do they support it both to charge the battery and to charge devices out, or only one or the other?
So some of them. So the Anchor, which is last year's, that's 3.0 for out with the USB-A port. But to charge it, you don't get quick charge. The Xiaomi is 2.0 out. But you can also charge it with 2.0 with a compatible adapter and a cable. So essentially you need 3 things in a link. You need a fast charge compatible battery, you need a fast charge compatible device, you need a fast charge compatible cable, and if you want to fast charge the battery, you need a fast charge compatible adapter. So if any of those are missing, then you don't get fast charging.
Okay, let's take a question.
A viewer wants to know if we've reviewed any like hand cranked chargers. Like they linked one from like Red Cross.
And there are some solar chargers as well. It's been a while since we've reviewed those.
Yeah, those I've been pitched some. Those tend to be a lot bigger than even our biggest, which is I believe around 17 or 18,000 milliamps. Those are really, I think, for like powering your house or like
no. There's
right?
hand cranked portable device chargers.
Oh, hand cranked.
Yeah, they're about yay big. You crank them. I actually have one in my emergency kit at home.
Okay.
To charge like my flashlight and radio and things like that.
Okay.
We haven't. It's not a category which we typically review.
I would need a crank for a long time.
Yeah, and it's just. I guess to some extent we think of it as not quite electronic enough for PC Mag. Maybe a little too mechanical. But in any case, so what is our pick of the lower capacity batteries?
Okay, so if you're okay with the smallest sizes and you essentially just need one charge, you have these two, the Ventev and iQnix, which great shape. So these are basically good for one charge. You can carry it in your pocket. You can it'll charge your phone once. They don't have any fast charging standards. They're pretty basic. If you're going for something more in the middle, and this one's interesting because you can charge your Apple Watch at the same time. These two are around 5,000.
So this is an Apple Watch inductive charger.
It is, yeah.
Oh, okay. And yet it doesn't have a Lightning port on it.
It does not have a Lightning port. That's apparently because Apple doesn't allow you to do Lightning input.
Oh,
so we did review one battery that does have it, but it is not authorized. So Apple does not. Yeah, Apple does not allow Lightning input usually, except for I guess people they partner with. But this is Belkin, and it is a charger. So it has your standard USB-A micro USB input. But you can charge with the USB-A and the Apple Watch charger at the same time. So if you ever travel with your watch, it's pretty handy.
Okay, so which one of those is an editor's choice?
On the lower end, we don't have an editor's choice, and that's because we have these 3 here.
Aha!
And so basically, if you look at these are all 10,000 milliamps. And if you compare it to the size of some of these, they're actually kind of smaller or the same size. So essentially, when it comes to the best balance between capacity, portability, and features, you're going to be looking at these 3 in the 10,000 milliamp range. So we have the Tron Smart, which is 10,000 and supports Quick Charge 3.0, USB-C ports. We have Xiaomi, which is also 10,000. Nice aluminum build, which is nice. So it has, it fits in your pocket. It has USB-C input, but not output, which is a little unusual, but it does support Quick Charge 2.0 both ways. And this is last year's, which is the Anchor. It is the smallest of the 10,000, so it's still a solid choice, but when it comes to features and price and portability, for around $35, the Xiaomi is our new editor's choice.
Okay, let's take another question before we move on to the larger batteries.
Have you heard anything about graphene power banks?
I have not.
There's a lot of There's a lot. This is Jamie Landino, the editor of Extreme Tech, is a big fan of all of these vaporware battery technologies. And if you look on Extreme Tech, there's a lot of stories about vaporware battery technologies. And basically what's happened is that there's a lot of innovation in batteries that has not been able to make it out of labs yet. And graphene is definitely involved. There's a lot of stuff involving fuel cells that sort of happened a little bit on the market but didn't scale. As I said, there's a lot of stuff on Extreme Tech, but what happens is that companies find that they're developing these technologies and they can't yet necessarily scale them at costs to overcome the cheapness and efficiency of lithium polymer. Because your technology needs to be either so much more efficient to be able to justify the expense, or about the same price as super commoditized lithium polymer. And none of these competing technologies have been able to pull that off yet.
Right. I mean, all of these are lithium ion. So none of these are graphene or anything else. So these are standard,
or fuel cells.
Or fuel cells.
Yeah.
These are all standard lithium ion, and that's pretty much what you're going to be able to buy for.
Okay. So now let's talk about these big power banks. And so something that excites me here is that you normally think about portable power as a way to power your cell phone. Okay. But these are big enough and powerful enough to power your laptop. Let's talk about that.
All right. So essentially where you're at is you want a standard called power delivery, which for any USB-C laptop, especially MacBooks and any of the newer laptops that are coming out with USB-C.
HP Spectres.
You need, basically, it needs to have enough wattage to power the laptop. And that's what USB-C power delivery does. So you can see that for Anchor, the port is actually labeled USB-C PD. And so with any of these batteries over here, including this one, and of course this one, which is interesting, you're gonna be able to power a MacBook, which is what I tested these with. It will keep it charged and it will keep it running. Usually you get like about 2 charges, maybe even 3.
So what's the wattage output on these?
So for this, I believe this one goes up. This is an AC port, so this can.
There, you don't even need USB-C.
Yeah, you don't even need a USB-C.
You just power anything off that.
You can power any laptop off this one. This is Mophie. It is $200 because of how much capacity it has. It has around 17 or 18,000 milliamps.
It's carpeted.
It is. It has a nice fabric finish. It is carpeted. There is even I believe, a fan or a vent built in here because it can overheat, which is something you're going to encounter with some of the fast charging standards. But it is a brick. It can do, I believe, around 32 watt output or potentially higher. So for a lot of these, you need, I believe it's a minimum of 24 to 32 watts. Some of them can go higher to 64, or I think the highest I've seen is 92. But for that's for AC adapters.
Because I know ideally I believe a MacBook wants 60.
A MacBook does want 60.
Yeah.
So so for USB-C power delivery, it'll meet that standard. So each of these is almost 20,000 milliamps. They will keep a MacBook going. They are all very costly, so most of them start around $100 at the lower end, and $200 at the higher end. But if you're ever on a business trip and you need a lot of power for your laptop, then these will keep you going.
Let's take another question.
We had a general phone question from someone. They wanted to know whether they should get the Note 8 or the S9 or 9 Plus.
Okay. I can speak to that because I just finished our S9 Plus review. My view right now is that only get the Note 8 if you intend to use the pen. The S9 Plus is like a Note 8 without a pen, but slightly better in a bunch of ways. Louder speakers, slightly brighter screen, slightly faster processor. What's important for me is that the S9 Plus has support for certain network standards, especially on AT&T and Sprint, which will speed up downloads in a way that the Note 8 doesn't quite have yet. The Note 8 has the pen. If you intend to use the pen, the difference between the Note 8 and the S9 Plus is not going to be big enough to be worth sacrificing the pen.
It is a very nice pen.
And people who do use the pen love the pen. I like to bring this up, but my daughter uses a Note 4 because she is doodling constantly. And she has dozens and dozens of pages of her ideas drawn with the pen on the Note 4. There's pen aficionados. But if you're looking for the best non-pen features, you're actually going to get slightly better features all around at the same price without the pen on the S9 Plus. So that's your answer.
How's the battery? On topic with batteries.
So the S9 and the S9 Plus have both been doing really well. They both ran out the 10-hour video we use.
Okay.
And they both leak about 1% an hour in standby. So that's, on par with other leading phones. It's good. It's good. It's on par with the Note 8. I wouldn't say it's better than the Note 8, but I wouldn't say it's worse.
Right.
So there you go. The differences between the Note 8 and the S9 Plus are not, none of them are earth-shattering. Right. That's the thing. But it's like, do you go a little better in every way with the S9 Plus or with the pen? Yeah. Let's take another question.
Could you use any of these power banks to charge a Nintendo Switch or a PC tablet?
Yes. So that's actually something we're going to be seeing more of because USB-C power delivery also works for Nintendo Switch and tablets and anything with USB-C essentially.
But you want to use these big bads.
You do want to use these bigger ones. You want something with a power delivery standard. If you try to charge it with USB-C with one of the Xiaomi's or Transmart, it's not going to have it because it's not power delivery. So you need power delivery. There's two standards, 1.0 and 2.0. The only difference, I believe, is the wattage. But yeah, both of these will charge the Nintendo Switch. I know there are more batteries that are coming out that will have will charge the Switch. So you can definitely charge the Switch. Anything USB-C. That's the nice part about the port.
And you can do if it's say a PC tablet that has a proprietary connector, you probably need to go with this guy and then go to the AC port.
Right, exactly.
Right.
So this is the only one I've seen with an AC port.
Yeah.
So this is the Mophie power bank. It is massive. It has an AC port.
Yeah, and it has USB-C power delivery.
And it has USB-C power delivery.
So, so what's our editor's choice in terms of the large capacity devices?
So for the large capacity, we chose something that has the best balance of price and performance.
Shocker!
Yep, it's the iMudo. So it has a little display to tell you the exact battery time. It is Qualcomm Quick Charge 3.0 enabled for output, input, and it has a USB-C port. It essentially has a ton of ports, a ton of power, power delivery, Quick Charge 3.0, and it is around $99, which is about $100 less than most of its competitors. So this is our editor's choice for the big battery. The editor's choice for the more portable batteries is the Xiaomi, $35, 10,000 milliamps. So you're looking at 10,000 milliamps here and around 20,000 milliamps here.
Now, I have to ask the question, okay, I know Xiaomi, I trust Xiaomi, they're one of the biggest mobile phone manufacturers in the world.
Right.
Xiaomi is a solid, big company with a comfortable name. Who the heck are iMudo?
They are one of the many Chinese battery brands you can find on Amazon and eBay. But that's actually the case for a lot of these. To be fair, like the Dodo Cool, the Lumsing. If you go on eBay and Amazon, you will find hundreds of these. This has not exploded. It is 3.0. I tested it with a voltage tester. It is up to standard and as far as I can tell, up to specs. So
now, if you are concerned about your products exploding, by the way, last year we tested this awesome case that you can put your devices in called the Fire Ice Shield, which absorbs any explosion. And we did an awesome video about that, which maybe we can find. But we are not saying that these will explode. We are saying that these will not explode. I just wanted to promote our explosion video. Let's take another question.
Are there chargers with hot swappable cells?
In theory, maybe, but no, I haven't tested one.
Yeah, no, I have not seen those on the market.
No.
No.
Phones, like the Panasonic ToughPad has like hot swappable cells, but not batteries.
Okay. Okay, any more questions out there? Great, so we have a massive roundup of power banks thanks to a month of work here. So you can take a look at all the different power banks which we reviewed, decide which one is right for you, stay powered, make sure not to go down to 1%, always be able to respond to those urgent text messages. We will be back tomorrow with another cool thing. If you're on Facebook, come back at 10 a.m. Eastern. If you are on YouTube, please like and subscribe, and keep checking back on PC Mag's channel for another cool thing for you.